In this video, I'll be talking about some of the topics that you might see in SAT mathematics. Hope you enjoy. Good day, guys. In this video, I'll be talking about some of the mathematical topics that you'll see in the SAT. And some of these topics include algebra, solving equations, fractions, factorizing polynomials, and the laws of exponents, or some of you may know it as surds. I will first start off by reviewing all of these topics by solving a few questions. And once I finish reviewing all of these topics, it will be followed by a number of questions from these topics. Now, when you solve these questions, I'll advise you to press pause and try and solve it by yourself. And once you've finished solving it, come back and see the working and hence look at the answer. Now, without further ado, let us start. Alright guys, so let us go to question number 1. It's pretty much what we recapped just now. So what do we have here? We have f of x is equal to x squared plus 7x plus 5. Then we see that f of x is equal to 35 and we got to find the value of x. So we see that there's only one variable here, right guys? So we see that for f of x is equal to y. So in other words, we can see that x squared plus 7x plus 5 is equal to 35. Right guys, is equal to 35. Now what we're going to do is we're going to transpose this to the other side. So we would have x squared plus 7x plus 5 minus 35 is equal to 0. Alright guys, and we would have x squared plus 7x minus 30 is equal to 0. Now what we're going to do is we are going to factorize this by splitting the middle term. So what we need is we need two numbers that multiplies and gives us negative 30. So we see that two numbers AC is equal to negative 30 and the sum of it would give us 7. Right guys, so what are the two numbers? We see we can try 6 and 5, which will not work. We can try 10 and 3, and if we take a look at 10 and 3, it might work here, right guys? So 10 minus 3 would give us 7. 10 multiplied by negative 3 would give us negative 30. So in this case, we're going to split the middle term by using these two numbers here. So I'm going to write it as x squared plus 10x minus 3x minus 30 is equal to 0. Now, if you take a look at this, 10x minus 3x would still give us a positive of 7x. Alright guys, now I am going to factorize this. So I'm going to factorize in pairs. So the first one, what we have is x. Inside a bracket, I would have x plus 10. And then I have negative 3 here. Inside a bracket, I would have x plus 10. And if you take a look at this, these two brackets will always be equal. Right guys? And the final answer we have is x plus 10 and x minus 3. So this is the steps. But once you have figured out these two numbers, you can pretty much write it as x plus 10 and x minus 3 from here and here. Right guys, now they're telling us to find the value of x. So there are two values. We see that x plus 10 is equal to 0 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Here we have x is equal to negative 10 and here we have x is equal to 3. Right guys, so the value of x would be equal to negative 10 and x is equal to 3. We have two values here. Alright guys, let's go to the next one. So here we go. What do we have here? We have f of x is 5x squared minus 2x plus x cubed. Then we got to find f of 3. So what do we have here? We have to just substitute it. So we would have 5 multiplied by 3 squared minus 2 times 3 plus 3 to the power of 3, which will give us 5 times 9 minus 6 plus 27. Right guys? 2 times 3 would give us 6 plus 3 to the power of 3 would give us 27. Then we are going to just do a little bit of basic maths here. 5 times 9 would give us 45 minus 6 plus 27. 45 minus 6 is 39. 39 plus 27, which is equal to 66. So the answer is 66. This is pretty straightforward. Now here we go, guys. This is a pretty interesting one. We see that square root of 5 is equal to y minus 7, and they're telling us to find the value of y minus 7 whole square. So what did we do here? They're telling us to find what is y minus 7 the whole square. So if you take a look at this, what we did to this equation, we squared it, right? So we are going to do the same to the left hand side. So square root of 5 to the power of 2. Now let's see what is square root of 5. Square root of 5 to the power of 2 is equal to square root of 5 times square root of 5, which would give us square root of 25, and we know that square root of 25 is equal to 5. Hence, therefore, y minus 7 to the power of 2 would be equal to 5. Right, guys? Pretty straightforward. Now, let us go to the next one. What do we see here? We see that 4x plus 16 is equal to 44, and they are telling us to find the value of, they want us to find what is the value of 12x plus 4. 12x plus 4 is equal to 1. So first, what we'll be doing is, in order to find this, we need to find the value of x. So once we find the value of x, we can substitute it and find for this equation. So let's solve for x now. So we have 4x is equal to 44 minus 16. 4x would be equal to 28. X would be equal to 28 over 4. Therefore, x is equal to 7. Now we have found the value of x. All we need to do is substitute in 12x plus 4. So 12x plus 4 is same like 12 multiplied by 7 plus 4, and 12 times 7 is 84 plus 4, which is equal to 88. Right, guys? So what we did first, we found the value of x, then we substituted in the equation of the question to find the final answer. Let us go to the next one now. Now we have, what do we have here? If 2x plus 5 whole square is equal to 7x plus 3 whole square, and they are telling us to find the value of x. From the previous question, you would have remembered, if we have to the power of 2 on both sides, we can pretty much simplify it, and all we have left now is 2x plus 5 is equal to 7x plus 3. And then now we're going to pretty much solve for x. So I have 2x. I'm going to transpose this to this side. So we have 2x minus 7x is equal to 3 minus 5. 2x minus 7x would give us negative 5x is equal to 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And then I have x is equal to negative 2 over negative 5. And when we have negative on both of the fractions, we can simplify it. So therefore, x is equal to 2 over 5. Alright, guys. Now for the next question, let's see. We have pretty similar to what we did 2 questions ago, I guess. So we have 9x is equal to 72, and they are telling us what is the value of 4x minus 3 the whole square is equal to how much. So we can first find the value of x here. X is equal to 72 over 9. Therefore, x is equal to 8. Now we can take the value of x and substitute it here. So we would have 4 multiplied by 8 minus 3 the whole square, which is equal to 32 minus 3 the whole square, which is equal to 29 the whole square. And 29 minus 29, if we use the calculator to be certain, 29 times 29 is equal to 841. 841. Here we go. So we have So let's see here. So 8 multiplied by 4th root of x to the power of 3 minus 15 is equal to 49. And what they want us to find, and then they're asking us what is square root of x minus 12. So square root of x minus 12 is equal to what? So again, first of all, we need to find the value of x. Hence, we can go here. All right, guys. So let's go here. So first, we are going to transpose this negative 15 to the other side. So we would have 8 multiplied by 4th root of x to the power of 3 is equal to 49 plus 15, right guys? And we have 8 multiplied by 4th root of x to the power of 3 is equal to 64. Now what we're going to do is we're going to transpose this 8 to the other side. So we have 4th root of x to the power of 3 is equal to 64 over 8. Right guys? Is equal to 64 over 8. So we would have, what do we have? 4th root of x to the power of 3 is equal to 64 divided by 8 would give us 8. Right guys? Any question? No? Yes. Continuing from here. So what do we have here? So pretty similar to what we learned just now, right guys? So we have 4th root of x to the power of 3. This we can write it as x to the power of 3 or 4, right guys? So we're going to write it as a fractional exponent. So what we have here, 4th root of x to the power of 3 is equal to 8. We are going to write it as a fractional exponent. So we would have x to the power of 3 over 4 is equal to 8. Now, of course, we are not solving for x to the power of 3 over 4. We are solving for x. So the only thing what we can do to get rid of x to the power of 3 over 4 is multiply this exponent by 4 over 3. And since we are doing it to one side, we also have to multiply this by 4 over 3. Right, guys? So we would have x is equal to, these two will simplify, is equal to 8 to the power of 4 over 3. Now again, this looks complicated. So it has a base, it has exponent. So what we're going to be doing now is we are going to try and write it as simple as possible. So we see that 8 is equal to 2 to the power of 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 8 as, so x is equal to 2 to the power of 3 and this to the power of 4 over 3. Right guys? So in other words, 8 I change it to 2 to the power of 3. Now we also see from the laws of exponents that 8 to the power of m to the power of n is equal to 8 to the power of m times n, which is equal to 8 to the power of mn. In this, what do we have? X is equal to 2 to the power of 3 times 4 over 3, which would give us x is equal to 2 to the power of 3 and 3 will simplify, which is equal to 2 to the power of 4, and 2 to the power of 4 is equal to 16. Now we have found the value of x, but the question is still not finished. They are asking us, always guys, here's where many of the students lose points by not completing the question. So here they are asking what is square root of x minus 12. We found that x is equal to 16. So square root of 16 minus 12 will be equal to 4 minus 12, which is equal to negative 8. Okay, guys, which is equal to negative 8. Now let's go to the next one. So here we go. We have 3x plus 2y is equal to 2, and they're telling us to find 9x squared plus 12xy plus 4y squared. Now we're going to try and see which algebraic identity we can use. So if we take a look at it, let us try this out. What is 3x plus 2y whole square? What is 3x plus 2y whole square? So what do we have? We would have a square plus 2 times a times b plus b squared. Right, guys? And we would have 9x squared plus 2 times 3 times 2 would give us plus 12xy plus 4y squared. So if we take a look at this, this is equal to what they are asking. So what we can do is we can raise these equations to the power of 2. So we would have 3x if we raise this to the power of 2, and that means we also have to raise this to the power of 2. And we know that 3x plus 2y whole square will give us 9x squared plus 12xy plus 4y squared, and we know 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. Therefore, the value of this would be equal to 4. Okay, so when you see a question like this, just try to think which algebraic identity could be used here, test it out, and see how you can go from there. Here we go, the next one. What do we have here? We have 8 minus 4 over x is equal to x plus 4. What is the value of x? So what we'll be doing now is we'll be multiplying the whole equation with x. We'll be multiplying the whole equation with x, right guys? So what would we have? We would have 8x minus, and here x and x will simplify, minus 4 is equal to x squared plus 4x. Right guys, now I'm going to change all of this to this side. So I'm going to change all of this to the other side. So 0 is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 8x plus 4, and 0 is equal to x squared plus 4x minus 8x will give us negative 4x plus 4. Again here, what we're going to do, we're going to find two numbers that multiply give us 4, and those two numbers add up and give us negative 4. And the two numbers here would be negative 2 and negative 2, right guys? So negative 2 times negative 2 would give us 4, and negative, if we find the sum of it, minus 2 would give us minus 4, right guys? So we are going to split the middle term. So 0 is equal to x squared negative 2x plus 4, or we also can write this as x minus 2, right guys? In this case, we see that all of this is equal to 0, and we see that both of this are the same. So let's find a value of x. So we see that x minus 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 2. Right guys, so the value of x is equal to 2. Alright, let us go to the next question here. So what do we see here? We see that x squared plus 2xy plus y squared is equal to 361, and they're telling us to find the possible values of x plus y. What might be the possible values of x plus y? Now what can we write this? This we can write it as, right guys? So we see that, let's try this out. What is x plus y the whole square? X plus y the whole square will give us x squared plus 2xy plus y squared, right guys? So this we can write it as this, right guys? So we see that x plus y the whole square is equal to 361, right guys? And we're going to transpose this to the power of 2 to the other side. So we have x plus y is equal to square root of 361, and we know that square root of 361 would give us, so therefore x plus y would be equal to plus minus 19. Alright guys, let us go to the next one now. Let's see here. So we have, let's do one at a time. So we have x squared. We're going to do this. So we'll be factorizing this. So x squared minus 2x minus 24. We are going to factorize this. So this we can write it as, what are the two numbers? So two numbers that multiply and give us negative 24, and two numbers that add up and give us negative 2. So the two numbers here, let's see 6 and 4. Negative 6 multiplied by 4 is negative 24, and negative 6 plus 4 would give us negative 2. So we can write the top one. Let me write it here. We can write the top one as x minus 6 and x plus 4. So we have figured a top one now. Let's go to the next one. Let's see x squared plus 7x plus 12. Right guys? X squared plus 7x plus 12. So two numbers multiply give us 12, and those two numbers add up and give us 7. And we know it is 4 and 3. Right guys? 4 times 3 is 12. 4 plus 3 would give us 7. So this denominator we would have x plus 4 and x plus 3. And this is equal to 12 over. And 12 over, let's see here, the next one. Write it here. We are going to factorize x squared plus x minus 6. Again, two numbers multiply give us negative 6. And those two numbers add up and give us plus 1. So the two numbers would be 3 minus 2. 3 times minus 2 is negative 6. 3 minus 2 would give us 1. So we would have x plus 3 and x minus 2. Right guys, now if we take a look at this, let us rub this all out now, and let's write the equations again, and let us solve for it. So let me rub this out. Now if you can see on the top here, x plus 4 and x plus 4 can simplify. So what we have here is we have x minus 6 over x plus 3 is equal to 12 over x plus 3 times x minus 2. Right guys, this is the equation that we have. Now if we take a look here, we can cross multiply them, right guys? So let's cross multiply them. We would have x minus 6, x plus 3 multiplied by x minus 2 is equal to 12 multiplied by x plus 3. So what did we do here? So we took this and multiplied with this, and we took this and multiplied with this. Now if we take a look at this here, we have x plus 3 on both the sides. That means it can be simplified. So let's simplify that. X plus 3 and this x plus 3 will be simplified. Now what do we have left? We have x minus 6, x minus 2 is equal to 12. Now let's break the brackets. X times x is x squared minus x times 2 is 2x. This would give us minus 6x. This would give us plus 12 is equal to 12. Right guys? Is equal to 12. Now what do we see here? We see that these two also can simplify. So what do we have? We have x squared minus 2x minus 6x is equal to 0. And we have x squared minus 8x is equal to 0. Therefore, x would also equal to 0 in this case. Okay guys, x would also equal to 0. And there we go guys. So this is the end of it. Hope you guys understood a little bit of it. Again, these are just few topics that you might see in the SAT. And of course, if you like the video, don't forget to press like and subscribe not to miss out the videos for the future. Until next time guys, have a nice day.